What's happening, guys? Welcome back to episode 22, picking up once again from the Ark Abbey Outer Wall. So, with last episode, once we reached this location, it was our last chance to really tighten everything up. So, all quests are done at this point. Every record you can possibly get in a single playthrough we've gotten. However, I wouldn't advise moving forward because this is the end of the game. We're working our way to the final boss. Whatever is not done should be done by this point. Now, just to kind of touch on one other thing before we move forward. We got you guys the resources to max out your weapon a while back. I highly recommended you do it. I kept mine at +3 this entire time, so I went ahead and maxed that out as this is the the last little bit of the game here. But the reason for that is because with the walkthrough, I wasn't sure if I had the time to take you guys through New Game Plus with the other series we have on deck. However, I have decided to do this as we went through the walkthrough so quickly. I do have the time to take you guys through New Game Plus before we cover the DLC. Because like I said, we want to make sure one thing's done before we hop to the other, but because of that, I just wasn't sure of the resources I would have. You have enough resources to fully upgrade 2 boss weapons each playthrough, and that is it. That is if you're buying every upgrade mat and finding every upgrade mat by doing all of the content. But since we are going through New Game Plus, I decided to go and max this out, and I should have. It's a walkthrough, regardless. I told you guys to, and I think that's all that matters. But at least, now our damage is going to be what it should be heading on over to the main boss. And that's really the only change we've made to the build. But as mentioned, with going to the DLC, we want to make sure we have the resources for boss weapon, guys. I mean, this is important. We want to make sure we have the resources for Legion arms, or you're just not going to get the same experience out of the game, out of the DLC. I mean, you have stuff over there, but it's pretty finite, all in all. So once you get here, you're going to see a lot of research. This is what, they've been testing on people. They've used Sophia as a constant source of ergo. So she's in pain. You are going to be left with a choice where you could kill her so she could find peace, in a nice way, but so she could find peace. Or you could leave her alive, but she's going to be made to suffer. So we do want to make sure she finds peace. This is going to give us a trophy, but it's also going to give us one of the records we need for platinum. So Gemini and Peter are pretty much talking amongst themselves about what to do. If you guys want to check out the dialogue. So we've given her peace. Like I said, that's going to get you a gangload of humanity towards your ending, which is going to be nice. We have enough for our ending. But if you're behind for whatever reason, that will help out a lot. However, we still need the record for a platinum, and we need that trophy. So make sure you get that. Like I said, New Game Plus, we're making opposite choice to pretty much everything. Not everything, because there's some records we got to get that rely on us making the same choice, but you guys will see as we go through. Either way, over here on the right-hand side is going to be one item. Really cool looking location, but you don't get to stay in a fancy little house, unfortunately. It would be neat. The DLC, the final area is like this, where you get to go do a big ass mansion. It's really dope. But unfortunately, here it's just the introduction. You can interact with this, you don't need to, just, butterfly. So, my blue fairy. Now we're going to start working our way on through the tower, the most difficult area in the game. You're going to hear the somber music playing. They're throwing the most difficult enemies that you face throughout the game at you. Like I said, last push towards the final boss, so it's to be expected. So these alchemists, they don't have as much health as the other guys, but they can, do quite a bit of damage. Yeah, this guy always sucks. You guys don't take him. Always sucks. God, those other 2 upgrades boost our damage a lot more than I expected. Because you always have your scaling, where it's like that's where most of your damage comes from. But those guys last episode were taking us multiple hits, and they're like one-shotting. So as you proceed, there's going to be a guy on the left that busts out this wall right here. Let's get ready to deflect. Oh, come on. Alright, he's just buffing. I wanted to see what he was about to try to hit us with. Get back. Yep, we're in trouble. I told you. This part kind of sucks, guys. I ain't gonna lie. It kind of sucks. Thank you. It's just really difficult. It's really rough. I can even say difficult, just rough, man. Just rough. You're already fighting difficult enemies, but then you got like these guys spraying fire, which is gonna just fucking wipe you out. Absolutely wipe you out. Make sure they don't have any drops. That's just initially where you came from down there, so it's nothing. There's one item on the right-hand side up here, a really good one. I think it's the last. So when you go through, you're gonna see like these little decks, but I think it's the last one on the right. At least that's what I have down. Yep. Really, really, really good item there. So that brings you up to 6. It takes 3 to max out each boss weapon. As mentioned, you can do 2 boss weapons single playthrough. That's about it. That's why I was trying to save resources for the DLC. But, our New Game Plus run will get 6 more. So, that'll be helpful. And DLC, there's a couple of those, but there's not many, guys. There's not many. I mean, if you do all the quests and everything else, yeah, you can pick some up. There's not many. In fact, before we go forward, we're going to jump back to Hotel Karat and mine some fruit. Because, you know, thinking about the DLC, this is not the last episode, but it's pretty much. Because we're having shorter episodes. We have the back of our save, get one ending, back of our save, get another ending, like a hidden boss. But these, you know, they're relatively short episodes. This will be like our last full episode. So that being said, we're not far from the DLC. And I would like to go ahead and just make sure we have plenty of resources, which this should give us about 45 fruit. A respec only costs 4. But you're handing them out for quests sometimes, like a Giangio, you're handing them out to Black Cat. So, you know, you might want to do your Legion Arm or your Heart. These cost the same resource. I didn't really use Alchemical Booster because I just don't respec every 2 seconds, you know? Typically, you get it in good timing.
Stalker, please.
So, talk. We have covered everything.
Stalker, please.
So you need to give him gold coin fruit for his quest. Just pick some stuff up. What should we get? I thought we already got that. Put that on for our ally. Okay.
Stalker.
So we have to come back here at the very end of the game. We'll have to revisit him. And then we will have access to some other letters around the hub area, like at Geppetto's desk, and just, you know, a few little loose ends. So we'll get back to him then. But I still want to, you know, just kind of stock up on our resources. I thought we grabbed that wish cube, but I guess we didn't. I do want to have that. It would be helpful for you guys. Alright. Yeah, so anytime you see that fruit's ready to pluck, pluck it. I mean, you're just going to get so much of it. Like, last time I went to the DLC, I had, like, fucking 70-something. It's crazy. Even if I'm not going to respec all the time, I want to know I have the freedom to do so. You know what I mean? In case you find other weapons you didn't even think about doing a build for, you know, whatever that case might be. Either way, guys, moving forward, that's obviously a shortcut. We'll get here in a bit. So we're going to start heading up these stairs. Like I said, we're working our way all the way up. So we're going to be going up like scaffolding. And it's not so bad, but, you know, it does have its own flavor of bullshit, to say the least. As soon as you get here, you're going to notice you can go straight or you can go up. Up is going to progress. We're going to want to go here first. This is something decent. I'm not going to call that good, but we'll call it decent, right? We still need plenty of those. Because if you find new boss weapons, you still have to get through those early tiers. Ah, you little weirdo. I'll tell you what we're not going to do. That. I'll tell you what we're not going to do. Yeah, they'll start stacking it up on you guys. We have another flame blower up ahead too. This is good fun. So you're gonna have your alchemist, and then you should have fire bro. Just so we can deal with this from range. I know it's overkill, but I'd rather not get burned alive. You know, we could always pop consumable to get our you know, our energy back. Thank you. Isn't it crazy? You go the whole game barely getting upgrade bats and they just give them to you all at once. So she's still kind of a bitch. She doesn't have the craziest amount of health, but the moveset's always tough. Don't get me wrong, you got a lot. It's just not, I don't think it's overbearing. As you see, we kind of just run through it. Especially with the build we put together. Like I said, you know, very simplistic, but man, is it viable. You know, man, is it a viable option. I did mention before, we weren't done with the courts yet. Close, you know, I mean, obviously right there. There's not many left. We got one last episode from a quest. We picked up that one, but for the most part, yeah, that's about it. Thank you. Yeah, they got iframes for a split second getting up. I'm glad they do, because we sure the fuck don't have the time, you know. At least somebody does, I guess. So try to separate one down at a time if possible. Nope. That's cute that you thought that was gonna work at least. He's just buffing up. When he raises it in the air, he's buffing. That's what he's doing. A little off there. Come on, get up, Pete. Get up. You're done. You are now. Aren't you, bitch? Aren't you, bitch? Yeah, I told you, he's the worst, man. He's the worst. They're in the DLC, too. They're super beefed up, too. They're way worse. Super fucking high level. They do much, 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 much more damage. It's good to kind of practice with them, honestly, if you can. Alrighty. Now we're getting to the interesting part. As soon as we go out, we're going to go to the left. Full moon. I said you could fully max out 2 weapons. You'll have a few towards the next one, but I don't think we get enough. I want to say it's like 8. I mean, you almost get enough. Don't get me wrong. You almost do, but you don't. We'll see a few items out of reach. You just got to work your way around to them, just, you know, how the place works. So usually with him, I try to pull him off or over, you know, either one. We're all impressed. We're all impressed. And so carefully. Yeah, you don't want to try to cross this while this guy's shooting at you. You're just, you know, you're in for a really, really, really bad time. And of course, he's not going to be alone. You puppet string. As I said, for your first playthrough, I firmly believe the puppet string is probably the best. I mean, once again, it's very simple, but man, it works so good. Being able to pull enemies to us or just do a huge attack on them. I don't know, it's like the first one you get, but to me, it always felt like the most powerful arm. Maybe not in raw damage, but for other reasons, undoubtedly so. You know, undoubtedly so. That's done, bub. Yep. Thank you. Yeah, let's go and do this first. This is our shortcut. I really want to make sure we have this first. You may live to regret it. You might not live to regret it. You know, just depends. I honestly don't even know why I did that. We're about to rest. I'm going to try to grab a level. We're still a little bit short from our mark. Honestly, this is a perfect build. We can do the whole playthrough. Like I said, if you take my recommendations as far as base stats, as mentioned, it's not Elden Ring. You're not getting high level. If you can make it to 35, between 30 and 40 damage is really good. 30 is all you really need, but if you notice, health is at 30, stamina at 20, 25 capacity, and 37 under damage stats. So we're like, time we get to the end, like we're dead on a perfect build for, you know, first time playthrough. We're going to be going for a quality build for the DLC, because it just gives us access to show off everything we want, and it's just really nice. But for this playthrough, that's what we want to focus on. We'll try to hit that 40 mark, guys. Try to hit that 40 mark. Only two levels away. Now, if we reach that, then we'll start pumping up that technique, because technique's down at fucking 5, guys. Fucking 5. But, you know, we got New Game Plus. Like I said, we're not going to move to the DLC till this thing is done. So we still have other records to get and stuff like that. And if we can reach 40 technique, then in the DLC, we're, you know, stamina to 25, maybe try to get 40 to 50 in health. We're looking really good. Capacity. There's definitely some other stuff that we're going to want for the DLC. If you've been through it before, you'll understand, you know, why we want these stats the way we do. Enemies over there, you think the enemies hit hard here, or you think the bosses are difficult here, just wait, you know, it's one of those situations for sure. Alright, so we're going to get into Red Fox's questline. Because of what we did, it's going to play a little bit differently.
But if some, in all honesty, for one, it's not.
So give gold coin for.
I swear. Go on then. I never.
Then we get her mask.
Hurry.
Now, in New Game Plus, we're going to fight her and her brother. We're going to make a different choice because that's, that's what we need to do. However, there was records related to their quest, giving them the gold coin for. Like I said, they're untrustworthy. They're fucking pricks. We don't want nothing to do with them. However, we do need items for a platinum. So the first playthrough, get your records, guys. Make it easy. We'll kill them later. So as you see, they have Geppetto free. He's got pushed towards the main boss.
It saddened. I wanted you. Simon, I don't know. I speak.
So, doesn't really matter this time. No records or anything like that. Regardless, you're gonna get the Abbey key. Now, as soon as you go out your cell, and I actually kind of ran around here. I was like, where do I go? Where do I go? Because usually when you see doors like this, it's more of an aesthetic, right? It's not really a path you can take. So I literally was running around like, where am I fucking supposed to go, dude? But that's where we're supposed to go. So he's pushing us towards the boss. And also he was asking if he's been a good father to you. For those care about the story, tell him yes, tell him no. It doesn't really matter. The truth would be no. He's having you kill, and I mean, he's a horrible fucking father. But like I said, because of the choices we made for this playthrough, we'll choose yes. We're good. No need to rest. So this next part's going to be a little tricky. That'll be a shortcut you get here in a bit. Don't worry about the items. But we're going to have to kind of just weave in and out to get all the stuff here. It's going to be a few enemies. Same type. No pushovers. Don't expect them. Really? I think we like barely nipped her. You're done. Thank you. She's always tough. You guys remember her as a boss, yeah. She's fucking tough, man. Now you're gonna notice that we got that skill where enemies are supposed to be staggered back after a deflection. We do a deflection called stiffness. It seems to only work sometimes. See? I mean, it kind of staggered them a little bit. Some enemies you see it at a much greater scale. Thank you. As your puppet string, or your Legion arm in general, if you remember, we picked up a few skills, so it's auto-filling all the time. Very slightly, you'll see, but it's always auto-filling. And also, any time that we kill an enemy, we get more Legion back. So for the most part, as long as you're not spamming on every single enemy, you can pretty much use it as much as you would like. We have a chest. Yeah. I didn't want to do this while the enemies were right there. Doesn't feel good, but you gotta do it, guys. Gotta do it. Thank you. Wait, what am I doing? Assassin's Amulet is actually really good. It's a ring we're going to be using later. So increase critical attack. So when you are using a weapon with critical, like I said, like, every few hits it does a big burst of damage, or really it has a 30% chance to. But when that goes off, it's really powerful. So that's going to make that damage even better. And that's the build I'm going to use for the DLC. I'm going to recommend everybody use because it gets off so much damage. So when you get here, as long as you run, you see how he like barely misses us? That's pretty consistent. I've never been hit by him doing that. But yeah, so critical attack's really devastating. That's why I'm going to recommend, because we didn't recommend build for the base game. I told you what was good, what could help, but it's just deflecting and attacking. However, the enemies have so much health in the DLC. We're going to put together a critical build for one. It's going to be a lot of fun. But more importantly, it's going to make up for the amount of health the enemies have. So that ring is going to come to play then. Try to unlock him. If you can get to him first, you're going to interrupt his attack. So I meant to pull him to that works. As long as we can recover. Where is it? Yep, right here. Alright, now we're almost to your first shortcut. Thank you. Run through our health here, aren't we? There it is. So we're going to have to go down here to rest because we have to get an item. You might as well just... Oh, shit, I forgot. I forgot, y'all. Because if you see the item, it's kind of on this roof here. But yeah, there's a hole here. I forgot. Remember the item. I have notes. Yeah, I have that wrote down. But I forgot about the fucking hole. How did we do it then? I think we just dropped to like the far right. Yep, that's what it was. Okay. Regardless, we got it. Then at this point, you might as well just rest, guys. Might as well just rest. You got your shortcut. No reason not to. Let's get that health back. We're most definitely gonna need it. Alright.
Did you feel that? It's like someone walked across my grave. I sense ergo everywhere. I mean, this place is saturated.
You guys are almost at the top.
Like what you'd expect from a mountain of dead puppets.
Like I said, they've been just collecting ergo. It's a crazy energy source. Remember, if someone's trying to become immortal, you know, you always got some crazy shit. So this guy does disruption. His stats, it's gonna fucking obliterate you if you get caught by it. Oh, I thought that was a punch, bitch. Yes, and on top of that, he just does a lot of damage. As you guys well know, if he gets that off enough, you're just dead. Not to mention, brawlers are always really, really rough. Thank you. Get to him. Get to him. Yeah, don't play with this guy. It's one of the hardest enemies in the game. Thank you. Clean shot. Gotta love it. Clean shot. Gets you the most damage on those guys. Well, anybody for that matter. Patience. Patience. I wish there was like a counterattack in this game. I mean, yeah, you got... I didn't have the fable for it. But I mean, like, after a deflection. I hope they put that in the sequel they're working on. The sequel's supposed to come out this year, next year. They said this year, but I think it's probably going to get pushed back because they just released the DLC like 6-7 months ago. And they worked on that for like 2 years. And not even long. You know, it's not even that long. So I think maybe, if I were to guess... I mean, it released at the same time as Lords of the Fallen. They already have the roadmap. They already have, you know, the animations and all that. So maybe it won't take as long. But I know that Lords of the Fallen 2 is coming out. And they dropped at the same time. The Lords of the Fallen 2 is 2026, so maybe. Yep. Now we're pretty much to the boss, guys. There's a couple, you know, little things left, but not really. In fact, the boss is right here. So right above us. Now, as soon as you go into this building, we're going to look to the right. Go all the way down. You see the sigil for the hand of God. That's the ending. I guess we could have grabbed that first. Doesn't matter. Yeah, we're getting it all. Alright guys, so when we go up, you essentially have an item, Stargazer, the final boss of the game, yes, but there's one more depending on your choice. So, you know, we'll say the well-known, or the base final boss that you're going to get no matter what. Then depending on your choices, you'll have the nameless puppet, who probably has intimidated a lot of people, not as bad as you might think. Alright, so 7,000, that's 12,000, it's going to be close. Ooh, barely pulled it off. It's getting close to 20, and that one level short to complete our build. But we're going to get it. So, alright guys, so Hand of God, we're definitely going to want to summon for this fight. This guy's really fucking big. It's Simon Manus. And he's like wearing this big coat, he takes it off. And he's injected himself with so much ergo that one of his arms is like really big. So obviously he's got a grab attack. He does weird shit. He's got like spells. He haven't really dealt with that at all. But he's going to be shooting projectiles at you that you're going to have to just kind of run away from or deflect if you can get that off. He hits like an absolute truck. His timing's really weird. He has crazy fucking spin attacks and jump attacks. And and everything else. Fact of the matter is, we're going to get a lot of damage to this guy. Then on top of that, we'll have our summon to try to tie him down. Anything else you're just going to see as it goes through. Now, phase 2 steps up a little bit more. It uses a lot of disruption, which is not nice. It's like I said, doing a lot of spell type stuff. We're dealing with a lot of projectiles, things of that nature. You have a +5 weapon. You're almost 40 in your damage stat. You're using fire. You're using your ring to boost your damage against the petrification disease enemies. You should just be running through them, honestly. Last time we seen him, he's just a normal looking guy, right? Look what he's done to himself.
Behold, this is Ergo. Is it not magnificent? Distilled immortality and a key that opens a world with no lies. A key that unlocks true evolution. Give thanks. Ergo is a gift from me, Simon Marnus, who will transgress even God.
So like I said, big boy. Big boy. And there's his weapon. So like I said, he's got like a spin attack. So he's going to take the big gray hammer, just kind of swing it around. Does a bunch of ergo, stuff like that.
Show me everything you have. Open up your window.
Alright, so just watch his timing. Did we get it? No, we just missed it. Yeah, it's kind of hard. It's hard to read his attacks, but as I said, that's where our summon comes in handy, because of the fact that he usually ties them down. I will say sometimes the guy just fucking ignores them, but that doesn't help us. Hurry! Oh, didn't get it. It's okay. Stay on him. Yeah, can I time that any worse? The fact that we have not broke his staggers is wild. Also, guys, you guys know that you do have consumables to build up your focus points for weapon arts. You have your catalysts, and then you have your legion, right? So there's consumables that boost, you can pop, that give you your legion bar back. Consumables you could use to build up your focus points again.
Is evolution.
So now he's going to lose the cape, turn into a monstrosity. There you go. So we're buff up again. There's the spells. The spells are really only phase 2. Most of them are not really spells. They're disruption. Stay on him. Okay. Can I just get one off on you? Just one. The hover string does so good stagger when it actually works. Tie him down for me. Tie him down. Try to block through it. You can block all this, as you see. Watch out for disruption. Okay. One. He should have been fucking, get back and back. He should have been staggered right now. This is ridiculous. I've never seen him not staggered after this much. Get back. Dodging's really shitty in this game. In this fight, you kind of have to. I usually try to run from this. like I said, when he does, oh, he got it. Okay. When he does a lot of the spells that he is doing, the best thing to just run to the side. Dodging does not feel good in this game. It doesn't. However, sometimes it feels like it's your only choice. So, I'm gonna let that be known. There's a few other things we could do as well, guys. For one, yeah, we had all our defensive parts set up. Damage, stamina, weight, obviously, and that's good. But we could also go in here with more fire buff, so we have another use. And do we have any? No, we do not have any. We can go with cluster grenades, but like when he's doing a lot of that bullshit, you can kind of just step back and then try to rely on your throwables. Now you can only carry so many at a time, so obviously they're going to be limited, which doesn't do us any favors. However, it can help, you know, make up for some of that damage. Now, I do not know why he was not staggered. I mean, you could definitely stagger the guy and get a critical on him. I mean, you're talking about charge heavy, charge heavy, charge heavy, charge heavy. I don't understand. Save your throwables for phase 2, guys. Okay. Be a dick about it. Okay, we'll heal. Time down. This fight always seems to take me a few tries. You see that? Even if you're behind him, he hits you. Isn't that lovely? Thank you. Uh-huh. There. Like I said, you can definitely stagger him. I'm not sure why that wasn't really, you know, going off for us. I know for a fact you can definitely fucking stagger the guy. You can stagger anybody and everybody. Be cautious, like I said, all you do is run when he's trying to do his spell shit. Dodging and running this game does not feel good, but definitely use it. Alright, bitch. Okay, that'll do. For a man of his fucking size, it's kind of wild we can never land a fucking hit. Don't move, don't move. Thank you. You'll do it. It's not good to stand close, so we're hoping I can first stagger. We're about to get popped big time. Trying to survive at this point, guys. It's not good. You'll see the air go build now. And it got us again. Yeah, you see it flash at the top right. And sometimes you could actually just stick right there and hurt and break a stance, and it shuts all it down if you can get it. Alright, let's do it again. It's final boss. What do you expect? You know? Can't always go smoothly. I wish. Especially this fight. This fight's highly fucking annoying to me. Just because, I mean, like I said, for a guy his size, he should not be able to just lay on attack that quicker than we can. For our size, it just doesn't make sense, you know. Mechanically, it doesn't make any fucking sense. It just takes us so long to even just land a light attack. This guy's doing the biggest spin heavy special attacks ever. Oh, he can get every single one of them off, though. You better believe it. Somehow that's supposed to make sense, I guess. It doesn't. We use your own status against you, bitch. Okay. Yeah. Front, behind, doesn't matter, you're getting popped. Just gotta watch the dopamine. And then, you see, we perfectly deflect, we still just get knocked out. You're done. He's all in his place.
You face godlike power.
No, we don't. We really don't. Alright, let's hit it. So usually he'll start casting immediately. Run to the side. Yeah, watch out. You see it glowing on the ground? Big old big smack. I'd like to heal now. Thank you. Hurry. God damn, dude. Can't get nothing off of this guy. Hurry. Get out of here, get out of here, get out of here. Don't have the stamina, do we? Go through it. Come on. Our last heal. They got us. So the main gist of it is you've got to put him down quicker. You got to put him down fast. Eventually, he just, he does a move that one-shots the whole arena. So it's like, what are you going to do? We'll get it. We'll get it. We came this far. I figured we'd make every boss look easy, get to the last one, and be a pain in the fucking ass. And here we are. Here the fuck we are.
Show me everything you have. Aqueduct Geppetto.
Come on, bitch. Even if he walks closely to flex, his timing is so fast, bro. So it comes out much faster than it should with how it looks. I mean, how many charge attacks is that now? Give me a break. Oh, thanks. Big fucking help, wasn't it? Right at the end. Fight's always irritating me. I mean, you can't just attack, but the windows aren't as forgiving as you would expect them to be. Stick on it. Yep. It's kind of in the air, but it pushes you back exponentially, And he can do any move, any of his basic melee hits, guys. He can do any of that when he's doing his big like spell type attacks. He can come down with his fury. You could just do a regular swipe. That's just it. You don't really know what you're gonna get there. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Back. Yep. It's going to get you. It's going to get... I mean, yeah, you can deflect and perfectly dodge through it, but it's really, really hard. First time playthrough, probably going to get caught by that, for being honest. And there's a block. So, forgive my irritation, but sometimes the timing just doesn't make sense to me at all. So go through his dialogue. You could either, tell him what happened, exactly that you gave her peace, or tell her you liberated her. No records or anything like that. So once you take him out, that's going to act as a lift.
Watch out for your
That's just it, guys. I mean, even as irritated as I was, we stuck with it. We got past it. 3 tries, something like that. You'll get it. Just stick with it. Also, guys, we're playing on Legendary Stalker. There's Butterfly's Guidance. You have normal mode. So, do bear that in mind. You can make things a little bit easier on yourself. Now, I will say, our strategy worked, but it's kind of knowing when to run away, when to stay close. So you see this fucking weapon glowing, run away. I hate to have to get back in and close the distance. The fact of the matter is, that's what kept us alive that time, in comparison to the other runs. I was trying to stay close and get deflections that I was missing, and because of that, we got killed. But yeah, just kind of know when to stay close, when to get back. If you can time deflections, do it. But his hits come out fucking... I mean, you see him loading the hit, and you already got hit. You don't see the swing half the time, so... With some of the attacks. It's just, the deflection's really hard. I think you just memorize how many milliseconds it is, and that's how you get good after multiple playthroughs. Your brain's picking up on it, but you don't really know the timing because of something you see. At least that's what the case was for me. Alright, so going on down, it's time to confront Geppetto. Now, we can't go any more forward here, for the simple fact that we have to back up our save so we can get our endings. So, instead... we are going to jump on back and go over our last boss remembrance. I really don't care for this weapon. I just don't. It's just really big bat, I guess club is what it is. It's the same club that our summon was using. You guys might like it. Motivity, I just, not for me at all. I mean, for a final boss weapon, not impressed whatsoever. But it's right here, guys. So, if you thought some of the other big weapons were sluggish, you ain't messed with this fucking guy. So no beliefs oblige. A scaling and motivity, which is nice. Physical attack, you're getting over 300 unupgraded. Obviously, it's going to be doing a lot of damage. However, it's not that great. Then, in comparison to this, you have the Awakened God's Puppet. Increased Fable Arts damage inflicted on a staggered enemy. So instead of going for a critical attack, with this, what you're going to do is just use your weapon art on them and just shred fucking through them. Just shred through them. So it's the obvious choice. It's the obvious choice. I mean, if it meets your playstyle, right? If it meets your playstyle. Now, since she is dead and gone, there we go. Perfect build. 30, 20, 25, 40. Lined up perfectly. So, now that we got this done, under the abyss. Under the abyss. So, at this point, like I said, there's multiple endings. Now, one is tied to New Game Plus. You cannot get it unless you're a New Game Plus. And then we have what's known as the good ending and then the bad ending. So 2 of these we can get in a single playthrough because you have a choice to make. So what happened was Geppetto's behind everything. He did this because his son died. He's trying to bring him back to life using ergo. So he's had you kill all these bosses to release all the ergo. And then with everything Simon Man's is doing with him out of the way, he wants to use that ergo that you've collected and built up into your heart to bring his son back. So if you die, give your heart, his son can live. You need to make that choice. Do you want to sacrifice yourself to bring his son back? Or do you want to live? Now, with that, those are your endings. So we're going to get into this next episode. So I would highly recommend you guys do, if you can, is back up your save. If not, you will know exactly how to get this other ending, and you can come back in New Game Plus. Then when we do our New Game Plus run, we'll be getting, you know, your other ending that you are going to need, because there's 3. So either way, that's what I'm going to do. You guys do the same. We'll catch you back here next episode. But before we close out, if you don't know how to back up your save, I can only speak to PlayStation. I don't have PC. I do not have Xbox. This is my whole channel is based off PlayStation. Small channel to start it, right? So with that being said, if you were on PlayStation, and keep in mind, you guys can always go to YouTube and look up a guide to back up your saves. It's always there. You know, this is not the save backup channel. I do walk this, so I'll do my best to guide you. But I do know if you have PlayStation Plus membership, you can go to the settings menu, sync your data. Then on the main menu, if you hit options over the game, you should see upload, download, save. So what you would do from this point is upload. You'd upload your save from right here. That way we can move forward, get one ending, get that trophy in the game. Then we'd be able to download the save from the same spot, go forward and make the second choice. So I hope I put that in a way where it makes sense. If not, once again, guys, there are multiple channels that can help you with that. So, you know, with all that out of the way, we will see y'all back here very shortly to go over your endings and close out the walkthrough for the base game.